Here are inspirational quotes by Nelson Mandela. It is always impossible until it is done. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. There is no future without forgiveness. It is not where you start but how high you aim that matters for success. Blaming things on the past does not make them better. Remember to celebrate milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. Thinking is one of the most important weapons in dealing with problems. The true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its children. The brave man is not the one who has no fears, he is the one who triumphs over his fears. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. We know what needs to be done, all that is missing is the will to do it. Our fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Learn to know yourself, to search realistically and regularly the processes of your own mind and feelings. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. You mustn't compromise your principles, but you mustn't humiliate the opposition. No one is more dangerous than one who is humiliated. No power on this earth can destroy the thirst for human dignity. Our task is not to liberate the oppressed, but to liberate the oppressors. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There is nothing more important in life than giving. Tolerance is forged when people look beyond their own desires. Once a person is determined to help themselves, there is nothing that can stop them. Few things make the life of a parent more rewarding and sweeter as successful children. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's inspiring others to move beyond it. Exercise is the key not only to physical health but to peace of mind. No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. The call now is for each of us to ask ourselves, are we doing all we can to help build the country of our dreams? There is nothing more dangerous than a humiliated man. The time has come to accept in our hearts and minds that with freedom comes responsibility. It is not the kings and generals that make history, but the masses of the people. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice. It is the protection of a fundamental human right, the right to dignity and a decent life. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. It never hurts to think too highly of a person. Often they become ennobled and act better because of it. The day I am afraid to do, that is the day I am no longer fit to lead. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere. It's not our weaknesses that frighten us, it's our strength. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination, but when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. Our children are our greatest treasure. They are our future. Those who abuse them tear at the fabric of our society and weaken our nation. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Fools multiply when wise men are silent. It only seems impossible until it's done. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. If you want the cooperation of humans around you, you must make them feel they are important, and you do that by being genuine and humble. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. You can start changing our world for the better daily, no matter how small the action. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. A real leader uses every issue, no matter how serious and sensitive, to ensure that at the end of the debate we should emerge stronger and more united than ever before. One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change yourself. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity, it is an act of justice. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Support us by subscribing to Possible for Sure and for more quotes.